1, 2, 1. Yeah, right. Can you hear me now? 1, 2, 1, 2. Can you hear me? Hey, there we are then. It's massive. Do you know, I'm quite embarrassed. The very thought of 348 people listening to nothing was quite embarrassing. Right. How many of you seen lately what's going on and thought, oh, that's normal? I'm probably going to stir you up, by the way. Fabulous, you're through now. Okay. So I'm going to ask for some audience participation. Do you think Leeds, by the way, what's been going on, is normal? I'm going to try and get you to act in a more modern sense. Do you think that what's going on in Leeds at the moment is expected given what the situation is? Right. If you expect what's going on in Leeds is expected given the fact that the situation is, put 2. If you think that Leeds is completely out of the question and there shouldn't be any 1, 2, or 3, right? I don't know what 3 is yet, but we'll get there. So you should be one of these people that we insulated from, and you think that, say, for instance, a city shouldn't have to put up with this, let alone diversity is our strength, put 1 or 2. Right, looking through 2, 2, 2, 2. My boss, Alan. Yes, not having it. 2. Evening, Simon, and all. Right. I am so taken by what I should be saying and what I shouldn't say at the moment. I watched a speech by Tommy Robinson. He was going back a while, and he said exactly why he came out of the woodwork where he was. And he said that most of his dear friends were not white, which was great. He also said that what he'd worked out was that within Luton was this terrorist organization. And when he found it out, he was absolutely gobsmacked. And it was somebody else from within the faith that said, you need to look there. So he did. And it would seem that since then, good, bad, or ugly, that man, and I'm not pro or anti Tommy, I'm just saying, he has learnt all about the strength of Islam, the weaknesses of Islam, etc., etc. Anyway, I wanted to go next weekend to the rally, but I am absolutely broke and I'd have to do it on my own. And you probably know now that because me being me, it's a bit of a risk, but still thinking about it anyway. So who's had a good week? Who's had a bad week? Let's have some responses. Good week, be 1. Bad week, be 3. Let's see how you've been doing. Rev, don't go. Right? One was good. 2 was mediocre. 3 was shit. You seem to have gone through the same brand. 1 minute, I'll put the phone call up. Now, if anybody fancies calling, got to a stage lately where I thought, well, if it could make any change as a politician, you should go for it. But I don't think that anything I could do now as a politician, as a... Fuck me, you're quick. Hello.
Yes, Sam.
How you doing?
I'm not good on a phone, mate, but I'm doing all right.
Well, don't worry, you're better than me. I'm smashed out me box.
I'm fucking joining anybody, don't worry.
Good boy. How you doing?
You're all right, mate. Yeah, I'm down here in Swansea, I am.
Swansea,
yeah,
I'll tell you what, right? They were leaving site at 2:15 yesterday, right? Because they had to go out of Swansea. We were like, yeah, probably fair.
All right, yeah.
Probably fair.
Yeah.
Anyway, how are you?
All right, mate. All right, yeah.
What are you thinking?
Disappointed. Oh, mate. I'm not saying her on the phone, boy. I'm not saying her on the phone.
Right. Mask everything what you're saying, but tell me.
Yeah, I'm a benefit bum, right? My health has gone down bad.
Can I ask you a few questions?
Yeah, because I can't pass.
How old are you, bud?
54, mate.
Right, you're better older than me. And what age did the health go down?
It's been since November, mate. I'm on the pokey. I haven't had one of them, so it's not that. But I've had treatment for cancer. I had cancer, got over that. Now I got emphysema. And I can't even walk up and down the stairs anymore. So that's...
what I'm getting off you, right, in the old days was a strong guy.
Yes, mate. Yeah. Fucking no proper worker, man. Same as the rest of us.
Yeah. I'd have dragged you to the table and unwrestled you. That's what I'm feeling. Right, you know what I mean? Yeah.
Same as you, bud. Same as you.
Yeah. Well, anyway, look. I'm not happy about the way you are, but
nothing.
You've been through it. So, what are you seeing? What are you thinking?
I'm thinking things are going to change for the better pretty quick. If I'm honest.
Go on.
Yeah, I think everyone has had enough of the shit going on. We know what we're talking about. Police, for instance, all the mainstream now are covering it. Whether it was sort of a, set up, instigated. But yeah, I think people are just fucking waking up to all this shit.
Do you believe in politics anymore? The reason I ask this is because I just can't see anything we say making a change.
No, I don't. But
can you give me a rough idea when you were born? I was 75. Were you older?
70,
right. Now, in the old days, when we were born, we went through harsh school, harsh parenting, harsh lives, but
unfortunately I had the Roman Catholic upbringing as well, so I had a bit of that.
Fuck me, that was fierce. Fucking hell.
Yeah. I had all the nuns.
Yeah, Saturdays and Sundays were a bit preoccupied. But on the truth of it was, would you have given that up? I mean, if you go back and change all that,
I wouldn't change anything for the world, if I'm honest.
Right.
I think life is what you make it, pal.
I'm going to ask you, what makes you?
What?
Well, here's the thing. Mum was a fierce Roman.
I'm sort of giving up on life at the moment.
Shut up. Right, I'm not having that. Right.
Go on.
Fine. Good. Not having that before. Mutinous talk, sunshine. Right. Right. Yeah. I got to show you, because I'm a Celtic cunt from all over the place. I'm actually it's all over England, Irish, and Scotsman, and then there are Iceland and the other thing, right? But anyway, right.
Yeah.
What I like is people like you calling in. You know why? I've heard you before 20 years ago when it was scrappy, rough, hard. Do you know what I mean? I recognize that voice.
Yeah.
Yes. You know what I'm saying, don't you?
You want to grip the sheep hard by the ears, man.
Mate, fucking 20 years ago, I go, sunshine. Yeah. And they've just been scrapping all the way through, right? And it's people like you that go, I'm not very well now, but.
Yeah. Well, there's not much to do in Wales, Rev. You know what I mean? We fight on a weekend and go to work back to work with each other on a Monday.
I love Wales. I fucking love. Well, if I showed you my character and all the DNA, half of my DNA comes from fucking Wales.
I've been following you for a while, mate. Yeah, I know the sound, right, boy. I know the sound. Yeah.
I'd like to meet up with you and get drunk until we fall over.
Well, he was offering a pint in a pub one day, and I'm only down the road. I'm taking a train up there because I don't drive, so it'll have to be a train. And,
might have to come to you.
Waiting for it,
I didn't think anybody'd show up.
Oh, well, because like I said, I can't, sorry about the French, man, but I can't say a lot on you, you know what I mean?
Yes.
Every time I seem to say something on the phone, like I said, I'm on benefits and that's what I rely on at the moment, but it seems like it's a letter through the post or a bailiff's letter or a council letter, and they go, just shut the fuck up. So if you ever read my Facebook, I've been out there sort of posting and saying sort of outrageous, controversial, I sort of stay away from that shit now and just keep myself to myself,
Well, mate, at the end of the day, we need to meet up and get really drunk together.
Indeed. Well, there's lots to be said, mate. And
moreover, actually,
you put that right,
Well, do you know what? I was in a club, a pub earlier on, right, with my.
You never would have told, mate. You never would have told.
Yeah, you wouldn't know. Right. Yeah. My flatmate upstairs doesn't know anything about this, right? So I'm in there and he went, some people went, Rev, is that you? I went, yes. Then you have to admit to being Rev, and then you've got to be Rev, which Rev is me. And he went, how well known are you? I went, I would say fairly well known. And but and I said to him, I said, because he's our cunt, right? I said, I might need the back of my head watching when we go places. That's all. I can deal with the front of it.
Well, when it was on about I heard of London. Like I tell you what, mate, you're welcome to phone me sort of out of hours, like ring me back, sort of thing. Because I got a proposition for you.
No, say it now. I know I would rather drink with you, my son.
I'm not having anyone saying I can't afford to go here. I mean, I can't afford a lot, mate, but trust me, I'll take you to London. We're going to have to put around in the park.
I am fucking broke. I've just been given.
Yeah, mate. You want to have to put around in the park. I mean, what is it? Half a fucking train fare and a couple of pints and food,
You and me on a train, we wouldn't get off the other side. I'm just saying, right?
It will be the first time that I passed a fucking destination.
Tell me I'm fucking wrong. I tell you what, it would be like Cardiff rocks up in Bristol. I'm like, come here, my child. But no, we would do the right thing. I tell you what, right? If I went from Cardiff, right, to Bristol, and then back to London and didn't drink, I couldn't do me. Because it terrifies.
I won't have when I'm out and about and I got to think about things, man. I won't get slost,
it fucking terrifies me just doing this.
Yeah.
Think about this, right? Think about it, right? It's just a little Simon, right? I can have a row. It's not a problem, right? One-on-one, not a problem. But when people are there and they love you or they like you and stuff, it's just too much. It's lovely, but it's just it's terrifying.
I was only going to go for the numbers, mate.
Well, no, come over to Western, we'll get drunk and we'll see how we go from there. How's that about?
No worries, pal. Give me that anytime, right?
Yeah. Well, listen, if you want to come over to Western, we'll have a drink.
Yeah, well, I say I've been thinking about it, but until I got in touch with you, it was all going to be turned up in Western. Go, where are you?
Right, tell me
anytime.
Tell me I'm no different to what you think I was going to be.
No, definitely not, mate.
Nope, exactly. Yeah, good. Right, we'll have a drink. We'll have a. But at some point, we got to go on the demonstrations. We have to go on them.
I went on a lot of the early Tommy marches in London and the lockdown marches, So I don't know if you will.
Look, if you can't see your way or whatever it is, I'll take you there. How's that?
No, I'm good, mate. But on my thought, because I wasn't interested, I haven't had a chat with the boys or anything. But we used to go as a group of us,
What we need is a fairly handy bunch of us, right, that can get together at times, right?
Well,
am I agreed?
There was a time, mate. At the time, mate, I'm gonna have to knock this on the head, mate, because I'm struggling to breathe at the moment.
All right, son. I'll speak to you tomorrow. Yeah. All right.
Thanks, son.
Bye. Well, I wasn't actually not expecting him to go live, but I just one of those things that I talked about other things, right? So my car, right, I had this not having it, it's calling. Anyway, the car came back and it was fixed. Not having it, how you doing?
Right.
Not having it, it's calling.
There is a
Right, so the echo's coming back off your
I'm just right, there we go. There we go. Right. There is
no, that's not working. Mute your audio, mate.
There. Right. There is a Northern Irish, Southern Irish gentleman that got in the chat today that I believe you should have a chat to.
And his name is, do I know him?
I have no fucking idea. But he will know this guy has been to the all the turn this down.
You haven't got a clue what you're saying, do you?
No, he's been to all the programs, oh fuck's sake. He's been to all the interventions in Ireland, and I believe you should have a chat with him.
Well, I might be guessing ex-military, ex-police, ex-intel, Southern Irish calling in tonight, so we might be lucky. If.
Yeah. That's all I'm saying, but yeah, if you're listening, call in, because you need to talk to this guy.
Right, incidentally, they're saying you sound pissed. There is a difference. You haven't got any teeth, have you?
No.
Right, that's why he sounds pissed, because he can't be bothered to put his teeth in his head.
Yeah.
Do you think, followers, he should put his teeth back in?
Yeah, that's going to involve driving to Darwin.
Right, we've talked about this how many times? They think you sound pissed, and I think it's half of it. Your teeth are missing from your head.
Yes, I know that.
Who loves you?
Oh, everybody loves me, but I can't see to drive.
They seem to be shouting at you, get your teeth back, right? I expect this by the morning, all right?
Well, it'll be tomorrow, but yes.
Who loves you?
Well,
and how much are we part with, right? No, if this lot want your teeth back, get your teeth back. No, at the end of the day, they haven't said you're bored. They haven't said you're wrong. They've just said he sounds pissed. And I went, it's his teeth are missing. I'm all right.
Right. Well, I'll tell you what.
Well, before you fuck off anyway, right, let's have some political points from you, right?
Right. Okay.
So, do you think that Donald Trump was a fake or a true?
I believe that he will
Come
be,
on, this is a quick fire thing. Do you think that at some point that it was a real shooter that shot at him?
He'll be assassinated within the next 6 months. The
right
that is
not having it. I asked you. Listen, Sweet Pete. I asked you.
Yes.
Was it a genuine shooter that tried to shoot at him?
Yes, it was.
Good. Now, do you think that these?
But he wasn't the guy that that all going on about.
God, who was it?
It was the guy on the water tower.
Is that the guy that had his head blown out?
No, it was the guy that didn't have his head blown out. It was the guy on the water tower that was there to make sure that he was blown away. But he moved his head, and he moved his head 3 degrees and lost his ear. But he will be dead, or he will have another. Right, if you can't.
Right, you're making life difficult now.
No. if you can't have a go at this guy through the warfare, you can't have a go at this guy through warfare.
Right.
You can.
So before you actually went off on a tangent, here's the link to Discord, by the way, where you can talk to me later on, along with this man, right, who can't get his words right. All right. And we'll go through this. Right. Anybody else fancy phoning me and telling me what they're thinking? Not having it? I'll see you in the...
Well, I'll feck off then.
Otherwise, I can go home now. I can really go to bed. And I can meet up with other people and have a life.
No, you can't.
Why?
You can't.
Why?
Because your people love you.
My people. That would be so bloated, wouldn't it, to think that? But anyway, no. Right. Bugger off, not having it. I'll see you in a bit.
See you later.
Right. Now, at some point, what we'll do after this, we'll do the call-in, right, where you can call or go into Discord and we can all have a chat. Now, what's time? It is literally 10 and a bit towards... Hello!
Hello, Simon.
How you doing?
I'm surprised I got through, actually. I see on the chat there's plenty of people trying.
There are a few, so it's just purely luck of the draw.
Yeah. Okay, so when you go look through the comments, and I'm seeing all sorts of things about Tommy Robinson, and I'm seeing all sorts of things about do demos work. I know it's a controversial subject, and I know there's lots of different opinions on it.
Address it bit by bit. Do you think demos work?
Do I what?
Do you think demonstrations work?
My opinion is that we need to show that we can unite. We need to show that we
listen, that was a cop-out, right? Now, do you think that demonstrations make a difference?
Yeah. I think it shows that,
and I have to ask,
they need to see that the people can come together.
The reason I'm asking you, how do you think, or what do you think, right? Given all the rest of it, why do you think a demonstration works? And I'll give you my reasons after.
Well, I've just said I think that those in power, our overlords, need to see that people can come together en masse.
Right. I have to say this. Those in power never see anything until it's overwhelming, right?
Yeah.
So,
and we're building towards that, aren't we?
Right. 150,000 people show up. They're like, 250,000 people, nothing. 2 million people show up, nothing. Now, 10 million people show up. All of a sudden, that directs politics, right? That's the way it works, right? So, if you and me show up, and along with, I don't know, 75,000 other people, what does that do? Well, I'll tell you what it does, right? That tells you, me, and other people that we're all thinking the same. And when we network with each other, we feel better, right? At that point, you might get the next bunch, 150, 240, it goes on, right?
Yeah.
What will actually make people kick off is when the selfish bastards lose out on stuff, right? Now, you probably haven't lost out on much, and nor have I, right?
Right.
When these selfish fuckers lose out on all sorts, right? That's when they turn from lefties to righties. That's how it works.
Yeah, yeah. And
So,
do you genuinely believe that our overlords don't see or aren't told by their watchers over humanity that what's going on? They must have an understanding. You can't tell me that the ripple around the world of humans rising up and saying, right, we've fucking had enough, that they're not twitching. They've got to be fucking twitching.
I'd ask you, how many times do you think this has happened before?
Loads of times. I mean, we see it in France. France are great at bringing people together and getting out on the street. And I question myself many times about, does it work? Is it worth going to London? And my gut is telling me we have to do it, because if we don't do it, what else have we got? What is the alternative?
the reason we go to protest is not against them. If we went to protest against them, we'd find their houses and then we would be hunted down, right?
Mm-hmm.
We go to a place in London to say we're not happy with the way you're guiding us. Is that right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
When it gets bad, right,
Mm.
you would find their addresses and sit outside their house quietly. The last time this happened, which wasn't that far off, right, they went mental. They thought they were untouchable and you can't come anywhere near us and we can do what we like and be the cunts we want and you can't protest. Then somebody sat outside their house and they went mental. Now, come the time, because these people don't understand what they are, right? These people are just literally token gestures from getting from point A to point B where we are right now, right? Now, when it goes wrong, they be thrown under the bus. Now, does anybody here understand what being thrown under the bus means? Can you explain that to them?
Being thrown under the bus, right? They're just puppets. When it all kicks off, and it all really does kick off, the people that really run the world, probably the Jews, will be the ones that chuck these puppets under the bus.
Right. We're clear. So when they throw them under the bus, all of a sudden, everybody's aiming at somebody who's already been run over, correct? And not worked out the next thing. I'm glad we're on the right platform here, my boy. Right?
Yeah.
So I've been thinking to myself lately, why should I bother? Or why should I even involve myself in doing videos? Because most of my people already understand.
Yeah.
And then I realized that there were so many different levels of people, right, that are just getting into it, a little bit into it, halfway through it, 3/4 into it, yourself, right? And I
But we have
realized
to start somewhere. There has to be a foundation. No change brought around the world in any part of the world has ever started without that foundation.
so I thought to myself, as much as I thought I could pack myself up now, I think I've done enough. I haven't, because every time I put something in that's subtle, I get to the new people. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So I can't give up.
We find that on just the street level. So I'm no one. I'm just a person that goes to London. I do the
When you say you
demonstrations, I
know
come
one,
home.
right, you talk well with me, right? What's the difference between
Yeah.
you and me?
Well, you've got a following online. You can reach. You've got further reach than I have.
But all it was
And your influence.
was me just saying the things that you were thinking, right? And you should be saying online within, reason, right? That was all it was. There's no difference between you and me, and
there is.
not
There's
much.
a massive difference. I haven't got. You've got much more reach than I have.
Yeah, but I started off with 50.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I know it's a difficult subject, and I see it in the comments, and people say, "What's the point?" But I just think there's got to be a foundation. What is the alternative?
There is a point, and it's only when I do this, or sometimes if I went to London, that when everybody's like talking to you, you go, "Yeah, there's a reason. There is a reason." Because when you just point at a piece of plastic and you put a video out, and you think, well, what's the point? Because you're not getting any human contact. When you get it, right, and there are sometimes it's really strong, you're like, fuck me. And it is strong. Yes, over my head. But I'm thinking of going to the 27th, but I've got to go there on my own. And I'm broke, which means I'm going to have to dig into my rent. So things are not so great.
Well, if you was, I'm sure, if you was, I know you're too proud to do it, but if you was to say, look, I'm skint, couldn't people fund me? I mean, we know there's people out there that get funding.
Not interested.
And why? Because you are an important figure. So imagine if you go down there, right, and you say to all your people, right, meet me down by, I don't know, Churchill's statue by Parliament Square, right, get them all together. Let's meet up. Let's network. Let's all talk about the same things. Let's get these things out in the open, because we're all talking about it. It's all like being a keyboard warrior. It's all
no, I'll go and have a fight with anything, but and do the rest. But I just don't want to ask money. Just don't want it.
Yeah, but Well, okay, I get that, right? And there's a lot of people, including me, that wouldn't want to do that. But we're doing it. We've got to look at a bigger picture here.
So if you were me, what would you do?
I would do what I've just asked you to do, what I've just said to you to do. Get us all down there. Get your followers down there. Get us all together. Let's network. Let's talk about things. Let's get these things out in the open. And this brings me to my next point. Right? We know that Tommy Robinson's a controversial figure, and I saw someone put in the comments earlier that he's getting £10,000 a month. Everybody criticises him and everybody slags him off, but no one ever offers up proof of what they're saying that he does. We know he's a businessman. We know he's a clever guy. We know he's charismatic. We know he can bring the people together.
So
right.
what exactly are you asking for? Because at the end of the day, I know a bit, but the important bit is this. He is the only white man whose main friends are black, Asian, and otherwise, that is calling out the rape gangs, right? He is funded by the people that we don't like, right? And I'm still sat in this this quandary, right? Because I don't want money and I don't get money off anybody. And I feel like I'm doing a good thing here, right?
Yeah.
Admittedly, I can't go very far and whatever. But
is there anybody of prominent notability like yourself, like Tommy, like Richard Inman, like all the people that are out there, right?
Right. Richard Inman is on Tommy's
yes, of course, right? I know he is, yeah.
However,
I met him down there, met him in London last time I went down there.
There are a few, right? Paz, he's not, right?
Does Paz go to the demos?
Just started, yeah. So yeah.
And what's his view on it? What's his view on the demos? What does he think? Are they worth it? Why is he going down there? What does he think he achieves?
Well, he goes with the same idea as you do. We'll see what happens.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's no fixed idea because at the end of the day, I don't know what I do when I go to a demonstration. I have no idea, right? And I have no idea how I got 100 and some odd thousand subscribers. So,
well, why don't you have any idea? You're talking the talk. You're talking about what is needed.
Yes, I am, but I don't know how that wasn't so obvious that everybody wasn't talking already. That's kind of what I mean.
It's networking. We're all networking, and the longer we network, the better we network. The more we meet up, the more the bigger the thing grows. I mean, it will go beyond the point of just Tommy, because we're already seeing people starting to come together. And I know you got Katie Hopkins.
Tommy has come from being a fighter, and that's all he ever was, right? To a very educated man who understands Islam top to bottom.
Yes.
Right. And I was watching today, well, not watching, I was listening because I was driving, I could see it. One of his latest broadcasts, and I went, that is a well-rounded.
Is that a Jordan Peterson one?
It's something to do with that, yeah. And I was like, that's a well-rounded man. And then I felt very insufficient after listening to that I've not done enough and I haven't learned enough, because you've got this platform, right? And many of the time I've done my bit, right? I've done 9 years of this, give up. But you can't give up, right?
No.
But none
of us can give up.
But you stop listening to the news, right? You stop listening to this and you think, how can I be of any relevance?
Yeah. Well, we all hit the wall. We've all hit the wall. I've hit the wall. I started demonstrating in 2018, and I've been to London many times since, even on the freedom rallies, and there was I don't know, hundreds and hundreds of thousands on that. But we're going to hit a wall. But if we hit the wall and go, fuck it, it's not worth it, and we all do that, where's the foundation for a revolution or stepping up or
my boss, who's as militant as me, right? Which means no matter what I say at any point, if anybody comes up to him and they say, "Oh, you don't like what you're saying," you go, "Fuck you." He's worse than me, right? So I'm in a safe place, right? And he is the most self-centered, autistic cunt going, right? But he's decided to employ me in this position to make his life better, which I'll make their life better by doing it, which ensures I'm safe now. So if any of you lefties are looking, you'll never finish me now. Look at me. Look. That's a sure income every week from a guy who's more right wing than me. And if you rang him up or if you rang other people up, would make no difference. Right. So I had to ensure that. Anyway, that has cheered me up. However,
I've seen what you've been through in recent months, and it's a shame you haven't been on a lot. And I think we can all agree we've missed you.
But
but you're in a better place now, and of course you've got you're finding a settled work life, and you're getting the funding and all that sort of stuff. So
when did you get into this? And I'll explain why I've not been doing a lot, and this will all make sense to you in a bit. Right?
Well, I can't remember when I first started following you. And I can't even remember how I came across you. I have met you in London, and I agree with all the things you say, and I think you're an important figure. I know that you've been on the stage with Tommy in the past, and I know what I'm finding is the deeper I dig, and the more I follow Tommy, there's so many people that have come on the scene, got into Tommy's circle, and then all of a sudden they go out of Tommy's circle. And what is there? Is there some kind of secrecy act that they sign when they go in? Because when you ask anybody that's out of the circle because they were in it, now they're out of it, no one wants to talk to you.
No, there is a common sense, right? Say, right, imagine you're the boss. And there's 8 groups underneath you, 8 groups that are doing well, right? That are spreading the word to everybody, and you're spreading the word, right? Now, all of a sudden, they've met you, they've decided, they make decisions on you, and they decide they're not going to speak about you, right? And they move on, and they carry on doing the same thing, and they don't belittle you, right? Makes sense? Now, the very truth with Tommy is he is funded by people who we don't like, right? And he is pro-Israel. However,
well, can I just ask you? Can I ask you? I hear this all the time. Where's the proof in this? I'm not denying it. I'm not saying that I don't. I've got ears, I've got eyes, and I'm tuned into it, and I'm trying to find out myself. Does it matter if he's funded, if he's doing the right thing by the people?
No.
So let me ask you this then, Simon. Let me ask you this: if it comes to the crux of it is, if it all kicks off and it all breaks down, and then all of a sudden Tommy fucks off to Portugal in his little palace, and we're all left fucking wondering what to do, then yeah, it's proof of the fact that he's just being funded. He's an opportunist. He's taken his moment. There you go. Have your fight. I'm fucking off. That's proof. But if he stays and it all kicks off,
right,
and he becomes the leader, what would people's opinion
he's not
be?
going to stay, all right. But if he brings us all to the understanding of what we know now, right?
Yeah.
Has he not done his job?
Yes. He's of course that's the network, which is my point. So why don't you come down to London and network with us?
If he educates us all on what's going on, and we choose to do nothing, then it's our fault, not his.
So we should go on demos then, and we should network.
Well,
We've got to build.
I always thought that demos would be good, and then I thought no, demos aren't good, and then I thought demos are good, right? And that was
exactly. That's what I've been through. Yeah, I think everybody goes through it.
Here's the thing: if 2.5 million people show up for poll tags, right, in the old days, then you realize that people don't like it. It didn't get a result, right? And I have to say this: that at the moment, right, just getting people together and letting other people know that everybody's pissed off is a start. After that, I'm not going to talk about it, right? However, to achieve anything, you have to be united, right? Now think about the Muslims, right?
Yeah.
You kick off in any town against one, you fight all of them, don't you?
Yes, that's right, yeah.
Now, this is what the police are finding no matter where they go. Argue with one, you fight all of them.
Disgusting.
Yeah. Now, Tommy said this actually in his documentary, right? Now, imagine you stand up and the people that get in the way of you are, I don't know, whatever, and you scrap with them. Now, when they go, I'm going to get, and they get filled in, it's going to come as a shock, right? Because usually what they're going to go, I'm going to get my brother, I'm going to get mine, knock him out, right?
Yeah.
No, by the way, I'm not suggesting this, by the way, but yeah, when everybody rocks up, right? They're used to 20, 30, 50 or whatever, rock up. Can you imagine in the old days where 40 to 500 people rock up and then fill them in? You know what I mean? White British lunatics. And this is what we need. What we need is a network of people who are pissed off with the situation, who don't want to break the rules, who are not.
How do we display that to these people? If we don't unite and we don't do these demos, how do we display our might?
Well,
that's my point.
We're not going to talk about this on here. But if you imagine there was 500 people who were 24/7 and 2,500 people that were capable within 24 hours notice. At which point you would say, we're going to point A or point B to protest, right? These are people that are expecting the very worst, but hoping for the best, right? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
They'll show up. And if anybody calls us racist or whatever, we're going to go, we're just talking to them in the same way they're talking to us. What's the difference? You're racist. Yeah, you're boring. Fuck off. Right? But we're going to have to get direct protest. And the people that protest will have to be of the most chilled out order going.
Yeah, which is kind of where Tommy's taking it, isn't he? The unite the kingdom it's not people. I saw somebody put on a comment earlier, who's going to the protest? It's not a protest. It's about coming together, showing that we can all come together. Because I was there on June the 1st, and it was, to be honest, it was fucking awesome. The feeling you get from networking and talking to other people who feel the same as you. And we're not talking
just a quick one. Ragnar, I've got to say this in code, haven't I? He said, Islam's not a race. I know it's not a race. It's a death cult ideology. But, but you have to meet it with a way that your own lot aren't displeased to start with. Otherwise, we just won't. Oh, I have to watch what I'm saying. Do you know, I hate having to watch what I'm saying.
I nearly got mid caved in the pub in Whitehall because the person I was with had Tommy Robinson wristbands on, and the guy in the pub picked up on it and started talking to us like we were, just having a general chat. And fuck me, did he kick off? And I said to my friend, "Yes, get out of there because it's going to fucking kick off." That's the fucking feeling that people have got about Tommy Robinson. It's incredible. It's just when you mention it to people, the sharp intake of breath and the raising of eyebrows, it's like fucking hell. I just don't.
Balls my piss. At the end of the day, when I first started getting involved, I just there was a point, but there was a light-hearted side to you doing your protest or whatever it is. Now there's not. I used to do videos that just ripped the piss out of it, feminism and everything else. I was fucking brutal.
Yeah.
I don't think I could do that now. I'd like to.
But if you talk to anybody, right, they'll say to you their start point of activism of their own is because they watched Tommy Robinson's Oxford Union speech, or they've seen him on Twitter or something. I don't know if your start point was Tommy. My start point was Tommy. The first time I saw his Oxford Union speech, it was like it twitches you on.
No, I was bullied into it by an autist. Let me explain. So I used to do Fuck Up Friday on Facebook, just taking the piss out of the way. My Friday had gone.
Yeah.
We get 12,000 views. That was then with no subscribers, right?
Yeah.
And he went to me because he was my mate. He went, "You need to do politics." And I went, "What the fuck do I know about politics?" He went, "I'll teach you." I went, "Yeah, whatever." So what he would do is he'd go off and watch an hour and a half footage of something that was quite important that was going on at the time. He'd take 15 minutes to explain it to me, which I knew I could now short down to 5. And within 15 minutes, I'm like, shut up, fuck off, and press record, right? And I would do that, right? And it worked brilliantly. And that's how I got to where I am, right? And that's Glenn. If he's watching,
Yeah.
Glenn, you festering old mess. I wasn't interested in politics.
I wasn't. I wasn't. I think a lot of people, and that's the other issue we've got, is the demographic of the country. Is you've got the young versus the old, you've got the educated, highly educated against the averagely educated. With the whole divide, the religious divide, the ethnicity divide, it's just incredible. It's so complex. It's difficult.
He was like one of these
to
people
fathom.
because I always said, "Why don't you do a YouTube channel? Why don't you do a YouTube channel?" And he went, "Nobody will listen to me. They'll listen to you, but they won't listen to me." I went, "But I don't understand what you know." He went, "I'll have to teach you." Right now, this was a guy. He's absolutely autistic of his tits, right? And he was tested when he was 14, and he was 0.5% of the most highest IQ in the UK then.
Right.
But he turned out to be me punching partner, literally, and me drinking partner. And most people didn't get him. But for some reason, he went, "You'll do," and pick me. And this is why we're doing this. It was purely him, Glenn Ackerman. That guy was the only guy that got me into this. And I had no idea. And you know, the Jew thing, are Jews guilty? Are Jews not guilty? What about the Holocaust? What not about the Holocaust? He went all the way through it, and I fought him every inch of the way. I was purely indoctrinated.
Yeah,
and
most of us are, when it's not all of us.
And I
it takes us a while to wake up.
And it was fisticuffs. He said, "Well, fucking crack on, but do your research." I do my research, and I go, "Fuck you. You're right about that, but you're not right about this." And he go, "Dum. There's your information." And it's a really hard and bitter pill to swallow when you're like that, because at the end of the day, you don't want to see anybody hard done by or fucked over. But when you think
what we've got to remember, what we've also got to remember is that in these circumstances, which are going to get a lot worse, we need to meet each other halfway. So I went to the Oxford demo about the LTNs, and I saw two people, a guy that was the average guy on the street had come into the demo, and he was talking to this other guy who was at the demo protesting, and they got into a right row about what this is and what that is about LTNs. And I watched them, and it would have kicked off. And I stepped in and I said, "Look, we have to meet each other halfway. We can't. You've got to discuss things with people. And if you get aggressive, then people just shut down. You've got to engage with people."
What I am pissed off about, right, is that everything's a rich man's game, right, and a rich man's trick, and that all these wars in the past and now are all funded by rich men to find the working man against each other, right? Now, we're very stupid, right? Because we've been dumbed down.
We have been, but we're waking up.
No, we've been dumbed down. I've talked about this before, but we'll get to it, right? And the very fact that we are starting to wake up through social media or whatever, they've decided that they've got to work on something very quickly to put us back in our box.
Yes.
And so many of my friends are saying that Tommy's funded by Israel. Tommy is this, Tommy is that. Yes, he is.
Yeah.
Yes.
I do believe
but
that.
I have to ask you, if Tommy hadn't come along and told you that there was grooming gangs, if Tommy hadn't told you along that there's Takia or the rest of it, would you know? I know personally myself, right? I wouldn't have done. Right now, whether you like Tommy, whether you don't like Tommy, whatever, I have to say he changed my life because of it. And without learning what he was saying at the time, which also changed my best mate, the autist off his tits on tits, I wouldn't know any of this. And I wouldn't have put any of my effort into this. I'd have actually gone to comedy. And
if I think about it, if I hadn't have gone watched the Oxford Union speech and then gone on to find other things, gone to demos, gone down to Speaker's Corner, started networking online with other people, including yourself, none of us would be having this conversation. And that's my point. We have to network. There's got to be
Yes,
some
we do.
network. Now, can I ask you and your viewers on the chat, if we take Tommy out of the equation, where will we be left?
Without a point of focus.
So what does that mean? Is that dangerous? Do you think that's dangerous? Do you think I hear, people say to me, it's not all about Tommy. I know it's not all about Tommy, but show me where anything significant is going on in the background that actually is doing something.
Right,
Because
I'm gonna do your head in now. But nothing that's grassroots and instrumental ever gets anywhere, right? So if there was somebody similar to Tommy, right, that was trying to do the right thing, he would be no more than that woman that's shouting at the council in your local area, right? Now, if anybody thinks I'm wrong, tell me. However, when you do get funded with the right backing and the right networking, you will go far, right? Now, so Tommy's told us that there is all of this stuff and that Luton was literally a charge point for like what do we call this? Islamist dangerous movements, right?
Yeah.
Right.
And
now,
what do they do? They
indoctrinate people to become terrorists, or they groom girls to become things. And I've got to watch what I'm saying here.
Of course.
So
but they network. They unite.
He's pointed this out because I've gone through every season with Tommy. Right. When I say every season, I looked at him, I thought he was the god. And then I've met him and realized that he's flawed like anybody else.
Yeah.
And then I was going to stay away because he's Middle East Forum and funded by them, right? And now I've come to this conclusion today that it really doesn't matter anymore. If he's funded by the lumps of wood or not, if he's telling everybody what's going on, that's good. The very fact that the people who drove these people here that are trying to point out something, that's another thing. But that's my next level, and we'll deal with that later.
All right. Go on. Sorry.
I'm thinking to myself that I'll deal with Tommy at any point he likes, and if he's pointing out what they're doing, that's point 2, right? Point 1 is who created all this, who benefited from it. That's point 1, right? Now we're learning point 1, but point 2 is who's taken up the gap, who is the one that is raping our kids, who's the one that's dealing the drugs up and down the country, who's the one that's pushing everything, who's the gang members. Now if he's pushing that, I'm with him, because when they learn that, then we'll teach them the rest. What do you think?
Yeah. I've got a question for you, and I'm going to put you on the spot a little bit here. If Tommy was to approach you and say to you, I'd like to see you on stage on the 27th of July. I appreciate what your views are. I see your following's quite big, blah, blah, blah. Would you go?
I would probably be terrified.
Well, I would. I mean, public speaking is the number one fear thing for most people.
I can't even afford to get there. That's the truth.
Yeah, I know you can't. But would you, if
he asked me to speak on that stage, and if it could be funded to get me there, then I'd do it. But otherwise, I'm working.
Yeah. All right.
Do you really think that I could say anything that hadn't been said before?
Yes. I've spoken to you a few times on the phone when I've called in, and you speak reason. And why do you think you've got a following? Because you talk sense. You're saying it. You're networking. We're all networking.
All I'm saying is what you're thinking. It's no brave act, right? You lot are all thinking.
You might say something to me, Simon. You might say something on the live stream, and I'll think, hang on a minute, I never thought of that angle. So I'll go off, right, and I'll say to my family members or friends, and I'll go, I heard this last night. What do you reckon? They'll go, actually, that's a good point. That's what networking is. It's about conversation. It's about striking up conversation, spreading the word. Even for the most innocent comment, people can grow.
I don't think that Tommy needs a person like me there. I can do this without. But, however, if he should choose to want me to be there, yeah, I would say stone cold sober, but I have to have 2 pints or 3 pints because I'm terrified.
Yeah, well, we know also that Tommy's accused of doing his little bit to get courage. I'm not into that kind of stuff. And I'm like you. If you know, I don't know what I've been told that I should start a YouTube channel and start talking about things that I think. Right, I haven't got the courage to do that, Simon.
Why not?
But
no. Let me ask you a
know.
few questions, right? Because
Go on, then.
Because you speak well, right? And the reason you're on this phone as long as you are is because you do flow, you do speak, right? And moreover, you're obviously not fucking stupid, right? What you need is a few subscribers, right? Now, when I started out 1, 2, 3. I didn't get any help. Now, turns out if you want to do it, we'll get you some help and we'll do a live stream with you and we'll get you 300 followers. If you're going to carry on, if you're genuine about this, because at the end of the day, I'm not here to groom anybody's ego. I'm here to help people who want to spread the message.
Yeah, network. So, I mean, I haven't got the courage. I haven't. To be honest, I have got.
Shut up.
I'm just an average. No, honestly, I'm not sort of saying that to get people to go. Oh, you know, I'm not like that. What I'm saying is, I'm just an average guy, and I've learned in 6 years to have these kind of conversations, and without people like you and Tommy, you know, what's the other guy, Carl Benjamin? You know, those prominent figures that are speaking out, I wouldn't have this knowledge.
I have to ask you,
consider it knowledge.
Yeah, no, you're not a stupid bloke. You'd find it elsewhere, right? Now, the point I'm trying to make, right, is you're not stupid, and if we weren't here, you would find a way of either learning or speaking. Now, saying I'm not confident and all the rest of it, right? I wasn't, right? I was pushed into it, right? Now, the thing I'm talking to, if you can see I'm talking to you now, is just a piece of plastic, right? If I want to be really personal, which I haven't been tonight, but I'm going to do this, right? Just to prove a point. Right. I'm now looking at you, aren't I?
Yeah.
Right. It's a piece of fucking plastic. It isn't judging you. It's nothing else, right? Yeah. However, the way you deal with the way you look at that piece of plastic is a different thing. Do you actually mean it or not? Because if you don't, that will show up, right? If I was being on plastic, everybody worked that out, right? But the thing is, between me and the people I care about is that piece of plastic and a lens. We're not born to do internet. We're not born to do TV. We're not born to do any of this. I was just born to drink and have fun. But here we are.
Well, we all.
Yeah.
We all were. That's how I started. That's how we started. All right, just quick. I won't keep you much longer. I'll let someone else come on. But my next question, just briefly, right now, the Trump thing is a whole different thing. I mean, you know, the assassination attempt, it looked staged, blah blah blah. Now the crowd, whatever it was called yesterday, which happened, knocking out all sorts of things around the globe. What do you think about that? That to me, that is an event, a staged event to test public reaction around the world.
I haven't seen any of this, so can you explain from start to finish?
Yes, basically Microsoft crashed yesterday.
Oh, right, yeah, yeah.
Shops were out, yeah.
That remind you of just where you are, right? Now, I watched Candace Owens, which I'm not a fan of because I believe she's paid opposition, but she's very clever paid opposition. Right?
Yes.
And you have to look at that woman and go, very intelligent, very articulate, very attractive, very good, right? There's nothing about her you don't like. I can't understand anybody who would, she's black. Fucking wanker. She's attractive. She's everything about her is right. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
So, yeah. However, She said, if you're not, what they call it, a conspiracy theorist now, you're silly. Wasn't quite those words, but it was near enough that. She said,
Yeah.
if you haven't worked it out by now, you must be stupid.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So how many of us, right, and I'm going to do a quick survey. How many of us here believe that we should be a conspiracy theorist? Now, before you go further, one is the most extreme conspiracy theory. 5 is just, we know it's bollocks, right? Could you put your numbers in there and let me know where you are on this one? And we're going to see how it gets on.
Yeah, okay. Now I'll just interject here, right? So what we've got here, a situation is, right, in the world at the moment, is that if you stand up against certain issues going on, you're called a racist, you're called a Nazi, you're called a fascist,
Does that bother you?
and you're called and you're called a conspiracy theorist. They mean nothing. We know they don't mean
But
anything.
does any of that
It's
bother
just-
you?
No, not now, but it did. It's all when you say that Candice Owens is funded, Tom is funded. If we take that to the politics and puppets that are around the world that are acting out what we're suffering, they're funded and they're just puppets. So,
Yes.
but we've got to start a movement for the people. Now, in my opinion, my humble opinion, is if that starts with Tommy, then it starts with Tommy. What happens after that is fucking irrelevant. We've got to look at the bigger picture. Because if you look at Trump, you look at Biden, you look at all the other big leaders around the world, Zelensky, Putin, they're all funded.
Before you put
force.
your time or your money and behind and back anything, ask what they won't say. If they won't say stuff, stop there.
Mm.
Now, have I ever said I won't question anything?
No, I don't
Right.
recall.
Is there a reason why I'm not funded? And this has become available to me years ago. And it was like, if you could just fall into this slot and not question this, you'll do well. I'm like, nah. So I've been skint ever since.
Mm.
Right. You can't question the Jews.
No.
And I'll say
that's the problem. That's
and
the
I
global
will
problem.
say. However, I've got no time or interest in the Jews at the moment, and then anything I'm remotely interested in. But I simply won't be told that I will not be able to question anybody.
Mm. And that's where we're going. That's what we have to do, and that comes from networking, meeting with people, starting a movement. We've got to start somewhere. Where do we start if we don't do starting? There's got to be a start point.
Do you think that today is any different to 500 years ago or 1,000? Because I've started to work out, right? Imagine a group circle. Now, these circles are very intense. This is your drinking circle, right? In the club.
Mm-hmm.
There's that circle, and that circle, and that circle, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you think that's normal because it's just a club, right? Now, outside the club, there are other clubs that have these circles, right? Correct?
Yeah.
Right. Imagine, go back to the days Catholic and Protestant, right? Imagine the circles and the groups, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, imagine, say, for instance, Scotland.
Yeah.
With all the clans. We thought that we got past that we would be one group, that we would all feel the same, whatever. And lately, we've worked out that that's not the case. And Islam's not the same either, or is Judaism or anything else, right? What we thought is we would be more sophisticated and we would all go, that's not good, or that's good, and that would be that group. We are no different now to what we were in the 20s or before, right? All we are now is educated, and we'll find out what people are saying or whatever it is quicker than anybody else. Yeah, it's disappointing, but life has not changed.
Well, if I bump into someone on the street in a supermarket and I say, let's strike up a conversation. I don't know what their religion is. I might prejudge them and say, okay, well, you've got dark skin, so you might be from North Africa or blah blah blah, whatever. I have no idea. But you have a conversation without any bias, right? The trouble is, religion's been introduced to humanity. Ethnicity's been introduced to. We've seen wars with Jews, Islam, Christians, Catholics, whatever you've got. So, in my opinion, from my feelings right now, that's not real. That's been put there to make us fight each other, contradict each other. As soon as you know somebody's background and you start digging, I went to Ireland to see if
would you like to learn some truths about Islam, like not my truths, but real truths about Islam? Because there's a guy and mate of mine who wants to come on at the moment, and if you want to, I'll bring him on and he can tell you all about Islam.
Is that the patriotic Christian or whatever?
No. Right. Alan, if I share you a link, could you send it on to God, I tell you what, I am quite drunk. No, I really am enjoying it.
It's not bad considering you're pissed.
Well, no, I thought that it could have been much worse. Right. Leave off, go from there. So much to do. Just try and get the fucking link across. Right. Alan. Right. I'm going to put the link in there. Anyway, let's go back. Right.
So what are you doing now? Is this something I have to click on and...
No, you stay where you are. Right.
Yeah.
And hopefully, one of my Hansa, or I can't even remember his name, right? Because I call him something different now. Will come on, and he's Iranian, ex Islam or something like that, and he'll tell you all about it. But yeah, he's quite a laugh.
Now there's a question, Simon. What's your opinion on May R2C?
Can I not answer that?
Yeah, if you don't want to. It's your stream, not mine. You see, the thing is, with the Farage thing, right? And I think Farage is an opportunist, seizing the moment for his reform.
Do you trust Farage?
Stuff, right? No, I don't. I think he's an opportunist.
Right.
He's
do you know all these people that are doing really well at the moment? Do you think they're doing that because of their character and personality, or do you think they're doing it because something else?
No, he's an opportunist. And it worries me that people are using the circumstances to fund themselves. I mean, you say you don't get any funding from YouTube. You don't ask for donations. You don't do that. I know you've got a merchandise shop. But
yeah, but we've stopped selling that because we realised that it'd get us in trouble, so we stopped doing it.
Okay, but yeah, I mean, the trouble is we're in a state of flux, right? Where I don't know who is genuinely doing things.
I have to say, for every 5,000 or 10,000 people that are watching you, one might be interested in a t-shirt. There is no money out there, right?
No.
I mean, you're asking people who are broke like you, who think the same, to basically fucking go along with it. Right, so I've got some bloke who I don't know. Hello, mate. Wave your hand. Oh, my dear God. I've got somebody I don't know. Right, let's bring him on. Anyway, what could go wrong? Hello.
Oh, no, don't worry. I'm not going to do anything wrong. Nah, I was in the Discord earlier. It was my first day in the Discord, but I saw your other channel. I never knew that you did the lives here.
Do you know how many people are watching you right now?
Well, I'm in the chat, so there's probably, let me have a look, 598, it says. Well, yeah, that's one channel. That will be about 2,000.
So anyway, what did you have in mind?
Oh, I wanted to talk about, well, I think it's very ironic, right? In Ireland, for example, you heard about the Kulak stuff anyway, right?
Right. Are you Irish?
I am indeed, yeah.
You've got the most smoothest accent that's very hard to detect. You know that, don't you?
Well, you know why this is? It's because I spent so much time online. I got so fucking tired of people telling me they didn't understand what I was saying.
Fuck me, mate. You are the smoothest Irish cunt going. Anyway, like, what part of Ireland are you from originally?
Dublin.
Right, now, so you've paid more for a pint than any man on the planet, haven't you?
Yeah, oh well, probably, man. When I see, I don't live in Dublin anymore, but I go there every couple of months, and it's.
Let me tell you, I love your fucking place, and I've been there many times. But you're getting fucked over, aren't you, boy?
Oh, don't die, fucking.
No, fucking say it, boy. Go on, get it off your plate.
I'll be telling me dad about this and everything, right? And my little brother, he's after having a kid.
Is that the tricolour up behind you, boy?
Yeah, it's barely hanging on there. Yeah, and I got the Russian flag as well because I got so tired of these Ukrainian flags everywhere, man.
Let me tell you about Russia as well, right? Now, how many times would you stop fucking killing our people? Do something. Yeah.
Well,
all of a sudden, well, if you're not, fuck you.
I don't mind the Russians that bad because they drink the vodka and we have all the whiskey. So you know what I mean. There's a bit of a trade.
People that do whiskey.
Well, yeah, but they drink the vodka, so it's not.
I'm not fucking stupid on you. You cunts did it first. Anyway,
yeah, but that's it, dude. They drink the vodka. We take the whiskey. That's the deal.
Yeah, I've drunk the vodka before and woke up days later. Anyway,
have you heard about the new deal now? Right, the bloody.
Oh, fucking! Don't upset me now. Go on.
Right. The Muslims are going to bomb you from the air, and we're going to get you from the car bombs. So they do the airstrikes, and we do the.
Where does this come from?
Well, it's the IRA, right? It's the car bombs.
What, the modern IRA?
Yeah, they're after teaming up with the fucking Muslims now.
Fuck off.
Oh,
I'll tell you what. I followed that for fucking 40 years, right? The IRA back in the day, whether you liked them or not, they had a point, right?
Yeah. At least they'd call in and say, "Hey, can you evacuate?"
Well, they didn't always do that because it was on the piss, right? But you can't.
Sometimes I think the English did it to themselves.
No, I can tell you with proof they did do that, right?
Well, I'm sure sometimes they did, but I'm pretty
many
sure
of the time the English, whatever it was, said we will not give that call out and we will make them worse. Do you realize that the English we would call them the SAS now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Have you heard of the Force Reconnaissance Unit?
The Force Reconnaissance Units. All right. Yeah. No, tell me.
They were called the DET, right? The DET were SAS, but plain clothes, right?
Right.
Now, they used to go around a Catholic area one day and shoot somebody, and go in a Protestant area and shoot somebody
to cause dissent between the two communities.
The idea was to wind it right up to a point where everybody would come to the table.
Yeah, I mean, that kind of stuff's always happened, isn't it?
Yeah, but that was a British fucking standpoint. I'm like, you're a bunch of cunts. Like,
yeah. I'm not.
I mean, can you still hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. You're involved in this. If you want to get in.
Yeah. This is what I'm saying with that state of flux, right? We're in that middle ground where something's going to happen eventually, right? We've got the ethnic, the religious, and all the other divides going on, the age group, the age demographic, and all that sort of stuff. There's going to come a point when that will become insignificant. When we get there, who knows?
I'm telling you now, right? I'm telling you now, and this guy will agree with me now, right? Was the Catholic and Protestant thing was going on for fucking years. What's coming into that country in huge amounts will obliterate that. The Catholics, the Protestants will come together, right? And every other the Spaniards, the Italians, whatever it is, they'll all come together and they will reject that new thing.
Yeah. The only people that probably won't, they're the fucking people from Northern Ireland. But you know what? They can just blow themselves up, all right?
You know what? You know, there was a college down near Dublin. Beautiful fucking place, right? Fucking
Trinity College?
Could have been.
Is it?
I went, so how do you feel about this? Was going back 6 years ago, somewhere was. So how do you feel about what was his name? Trump, scum, hated him, right? How do you feel about?
I always liked him.
Right? How do you feel about Clinton? Oh, she's a wonderful woman, so she is.
Wait,
how do you feel about Obama? He's with the angels. You know, it's like,
dude, I remember when Obama first got elected, they literally have black churches worshiping him like he's the Messiah. I'm not even trolling. Like they actually had people saying,
"We need to meet and get drunk." By the way, you know this, don't you?
Well, here we go.
Excellent, well done, that man.
See, the thing is, right?
I'm going over to Ireland. Fuck it.
The thing is, it doesn't matter who comes to prominence. There's going to be the doubters. So if you get, say, like Trump gets in, and people want Trump to get in because they're Trump followers, they're going to be the doubters. If you got in, Simon, you're going to be doubted.
But the moment you get in, you get doubted because everybody thinks you're sold out.
Yeah, exactly. So how do we get beyond that point?
Desperation.
Lads, I'll give you an example, right? So I was going to run for office this year, but I decided to wait maybe 4 years. And I have a friend who's a big lefty, and he works in government in Ireland right now. If I was to run, there will be a picture leaked at some point that shows me with my mate and say, "Oh, look, they're colluding," because he's a lefty and I'm fucking not a lefty.
Look, collusion is the worst possible word in Ireland, isn't it? I have to put a picture of you with my mate, right? Who was ex-Irish Army, ex-Irish Garda, right? And now he's a politician, right? And he's known amongst the right as being honest, right? I put your picture with him, you'd get some fucking views.
There you go, dude. Yeah, hell yeah. Fucking
he's gonna call in tonight, so he might be watching this now.
Oh, that'd be great. What my mother's fucking cousin was in, oh god, of all the parties to fucking join, he was in the Green Party. Of all of the worst ones. Like seriously. But you know what? He did do one badass thing. He was the dude, I don't know if you've seen this because like it was in Ireland, but he was in Parliament and he was like, "Fuck you, Deputy Stag. Fuck you." I apologize. I apologize. And then he goes, "I apologize for my most unparliamentary language, but fuck you."
Yeah, go on, fuck you, boy. Yes.
Get it all fucking mad. So like the thing is, right? I could tell he wasn't a liar, but he was.
Yeah, well, yeah, there was dedication to that fucking.
Well, he was a retard. He wasn't a liar, but he was a retard. He was wrong, but he wasn't lying.
I tell you, he'll get views and he'll get voters. See that bloke? He meant it.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, let's have a look through the comments. You were doing all right. Yeah. High IQ stream in progress.
The trouble is, it doesn't matter who you are, right? The MSM will make up shit about you. If you start becoming prominent, whether it's on social media or in the public eye, literally, you are going to get, they can put stuff on you, and if they want it on you, you won't be able to shake that off.
Oh, it already happens, dude. I go into random Discord servers and then like 15 Muslims attack me at the same time, and then people believe it because
So you Catholic, by the way?
I am Catholic, yeah, but
good boy. Another was Catholic. Dad was a Protestant, but they still made me. There it is.
Hey! You got the best of both worlds, right?
Well, I wasn't asked. Do you know what they said? They went, "We won't decide for him. He'll decide for himself." Sorry, I was busy. And here we are, still unconfirmed, christened or baptized. But I am a lord and I'm a minister. I bought that, by the way. I bought a minister in New York just for the crack. I was pissed. So I bought a ministry and now I can bury you or fucking...
Why don't you try and become prime minister?
Yeah, what could go wrong there? Ready. So I bought this ministry and now I'm a lord as well, just for the crack.
Lord Minister.
Yeah, so basically it's the Reverend Lord Simon Sideways.
A Reverend Lord Minister, Catholic, Protestants. Do you need to dip your toes into Islam?
Go on, throw me in there, mate. I'll take it. Yeah.
You might have to get. You know what? You might have. Oh wait, we won't even go there.
The Anglican fucking sweat foot.
Yeah. You know what, man? I think you need to become a Muslim for a day. You know, just
I knew that was coming.
I've got better than that. When I go down all this meat, right, you know, on either side of the aisle, right, you know what's happening here. You know that's halal, don't you?
Yeah. Oh well.
So I just throw me blessings on the cunt. Why? Because I can. In the same way that they can turn it halal. Now it's even Stevens, my boy. Right? I will bless that food. They can unbless that food, but as far as I'm concerned, it's now Christian, that food you're eating, motherfucker.
Oh yeah. Dude,
I'm not a nice guy.
dude, you know how hypocritical a lot of these Muslims are.
Well, they can't even be fucked to actually slit the cunt's throat or do the process. Yeah, I know. Yeah, go on.
I gave one of my Muslim friends a beer, and I told him it's okay. We prayed over it. It'll be fine. And he fucking drank it anyway.
So is he a soft cunt?
Well, he drank it, but like.
Well, good for him. Actually, in saying that, right, you probably did the guy a favor, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you haven't wrecked his soul, have you? You haven't upset him. You haven't
no.
And
there also wasn't any, let's just say,
how can I ask you a question? Can I ask you a question? Right. Mm-hmm. Now, if telling your friends the truth about Christianity and the way you were brought up and offering them beer at the end of the day converted them, would you feel bad?
No, I wouldn't feel bad at all. Well, actually, I would feel bad that I lost the fucking beer. I could have drank that.
Right, don't worry about that. Love will supply beer. Right. What I'm trying to say here is, right, morally speaking, would you feel bad that you've just converted a person into a fucking Irish pisshead? And you shouldn't, by the way. No, you shouldn't.
Well, I mean, it depends. Are they broke all the time? Will they return the favor? Will they come over with it? Like, will they come to
These are too many questions, and we shouldn't be asking these, right, my boy? Let me ask you this, right? If we could turn everybody from being a stoner and throw them back into the pub tonight, right? Remember the old day?
Can we just stone them?
Well, just get them stoned, right? In the old days, the pubs were rammed, right? And then everybody went back to doing it all at home, right? Mm-hmm. Now, this happened all over the world, basically. What I'd like to see is overnight, everybody go back to the pubs in the West, especially in Ireland, because they can drop in, right? And the pubs be like they used to be, right? Because you imagine, the old days, phone didn't work. Going down a pub, I'm going to find out where Joe was, what Joe doing, or whatever it was. Yeah.
It was a social thing. And there'd always be a good fire going on as well. And maybe a fucking pool table or something,
Yeah. Oh, Banksy's here. Hello, Banksy.
Hello, mate. How you doing? How you doing, guys?
Oh, quite smart. But anyway, we were just talking to the young man about Ireland, and I think I want to move in.
The pub, yeah. The last thing was in the old days of the pub, and that was the last thing I heard.
Yes, more or less.
So nice.
Might have to get in trouble there, man. You're doing some cultural appropriation with that hat there,
Was he pretending to be a cheeky blinder or something?
Yeah. Well, I guess they're Birmingham, so I guess he gets away with that.
Yeah, Birmingham. We can't make our mind up yet. What sort of whatever.
Anyway. Did you watch that show, man? The Peaky Blinders?
No.
It's good.
I haven't
I spent a lot of time drinking to excess rather than watching that. Anyway, this man.
Can I ask these guys that have just joined us what their thoughts are on the 27th of July?
Actually, can I leave you with it? I'm going for a piss.
Yeah, go on in.
Immediately. I only started drinking, so I've got a way to go. I'm sorry. Go ahead. What do you think? What do you think about the 27th?
Oh, me?
Sorry. No. Yeah, was it the Irish chap? I'm sorry, I don't know the names. I don't see any names here.
There's somebody else on the call on WhatsApp, I think.
Yeah, and well, I mean, I think the gentleman on WhatsApp, you asked us what we think about the 27th.
Yes, the 27th of July.
All right.
Demo going on in London.
All right, I'll go. I'm going to be there for sure. Hopefully, as part of some of the independent press team, and I covered the last one. I was actually on stage for like a minute.
Okay, we were just, as you looked out of the stage, we were just to the right. Yeah.
Oh, all right. You guys were there. Nice. So you're going to definitely come down then?
Yes, I've already got my tickets booked.
Lovely. Yeah. I mean, I'm in London. Good
man. Yeah. So when you you're going down there. Are you going down there because you know you can network with other people like-minded, or are you going there to promote things? What is your thoughts behind this?
Well, for me, it's a couple of things. I mean, I am generally in London Saturdays and Sundays trying to cover some whatever events that's going on, usually a Palestinian protest on a Saturday with the counter protesters, and then a speaker's corner on a Sunday, which is probably what I'm going to do tomorrow. But I didn't do anything today because there wasn't, frankly, much happening. So I'll be in London generally, and my policy is I turn on the camera, I do a live stream, and I just let it roll. Whatever happens in front of me is whatever I see, you see. No editing, no post-production, no editorialization. Whatever is going on in front of us is going on in front of us, and the people get it as it is.
Can you post your?
So what is it you want to influence? Are you trying to influence people? What is your?
No, he's the same as me. We were never trying to influence people. We're trying to tell people this is happening.
Precisely. Yeah. My whole thing is actually, I think actually trying to influence people, this concept of quote unquote influences is retarded. I'm sorry, I don't want to use the word the R word. It's crazy. I mean, I think that's how what it used to be was, here is information. You're a person of sound and mind, and you can consume this information and then make up your own mind. That was what it was supposed to be. That's how the Western governments, unlike, I'll be honest, because I'm from the East, so I know how the Eastern mind works. And the Eastern mind is, or the governments of the East are usually dictatorial. They tell you what you should think. The great thing and what made the West great was
the sunset in the East.
Yeah, exactly. But what the great thing about the West was supposed to be is that we trust our citizenry to make the right decisions. Once they are informed, we give them the right to vote so that they become informed voters. These were the pillars of these societies. We trusted our citizens to make the right choice, the moral choice, the ethical choice. Nowadays, I feel that the mainstream media or the powers that be, they are actually taking a leaflet out of people like Gaddafi and Mao's book of, no, these are peasant idiots. We no longer trust them. We are their betters. We will tell them what they should do, and they should then follow us. That seems to be what I see in front of me now, is that you plebs, we know what's better for you. Just do as we say, and your lives will be fine. And the messed up thing is that even if you trusted in them to do that, they are not making your lives better. Do you feel that your life is better? Is the cost of living doing any good for you? Are you able to? Is your children able to buy houses? Are you able to go down the grocery store and not have to spend your month's paycheck?
The question is,
getting kicked in the ball.
The difference between Gaddafi from the beginning to the end, right? Was he right in the beginning?
Look, someone like Muammar Gaddafi actually ran his country fantastically well for the way it was, because he knew his people. He knew that if he lets go,
he could hang out the top of a sunroof of a vehicle and nobody would try and execute him. Now, in our country, if you had, say, for instance, our politician hanging out at the top of the sunroof, many people would try and get him. And you have to ask a question, right? Why? More enchanted, more understanding, or just whatever, right? Now, there was him, all right, Muammar Gaddafi, who drove around his country. And he also said, my mother will never be in a house until I've housed everybody in the country, right? So the poor cow never did get housed. But it's truthful, right? But he also said to everybody, he said, if you want kids, we'll fund you. He said, if you want to get educated, right, we'll help you. So somebody went to him and said, well, not him directly, but they said, well, I want to get educated on this. And they went, we haven't got the facilities here. We're not actually running that course. And they went, oh, is it that this is running this course? And somebody said it's here or whatever it was. And they went, fine, we will fund that, pay your college fees, and make sure you're boarding sorted. Right? Nobody within that country had a problem with Gaddafi We had a problem with
Until it
Gaddafi,
became a
right?
problem.
Because he showed people.
To tell you the truth, to be exact, I mean, there's always somebody who's going to have a problem with the dictator because they themselves want to be the dictator. So there will always be opposition. But the fact is that given what Libya is today, they literally have open slave markets in Libya. They kidnap people from Cameroon and then they sell them in Libya. That's what's happening in Libya now. So given what Libya is now versus what it was under Gaddafi.
Hey, what are the prices?
If you had your chance, go back 20 years to Gaddafi or stay where you are, what would you do? I'd go back 20 years.
Well, I mean, the thing is,
now,
yes.
Listen, that was the gold Dino, right? That's the one he had, right?
Yeah.
Or more to the point, he was trying to trade in the gold Dino, which is why he fell out with the West, right? Now, who was that other interesting man with a nice mustache that we all fell out with when he wanted to stop trading in the petrodollar?
Mr. Hussein, I believe his name was.
Oh, there you are,
Mr. Hussein, the 7-Eleven, the corner shop owner. The nice halal meat store owner.
All I want to do is trade my...
All I want to have is one 20 carat what is it, AK-47. What is it? What is wrong in having a 28 carat AK-47? I just want to fire my Kalashnikov.
All he wanted to do was sell his oil in the most normal possible way, and apparently people got offended. All right. Anyway, right, let's go back to Ireland because I'm lucky to have you. Right.
I was about to say something about Saddam as well.
Go for
it. Go on. Yeah.
I actually know people that lived in Kuwait, and the whole fucking thing. Everything, all the world is a stage, as Shakespeare said, and every man must play his part.
I knew you. I fucking knew you were going to say this.
Yeah. Well, listen.
But here's the thing,
they
right?
Were told in advance.
Without you saying this,
yeah,
people wouldn't know.
No,
and
what?
We come back to networking again, Simon.
Yes.
Anyway, right. Listen. So they were told in advance, and they got on fucking planes before the place was even fucking gassed. They knew it was coming. It's the same. If I don't know, they'll say it's a conspiracy, but 9/11, George Bush gets on a fucking helicopter, fucks off. Whether they planned it or not, they knew.
I have plenty of stories to tell you about that. Well, we won't do that now.
I wait, and I just want to say one more.
Do me a favor. You will ring in again. I like you.
Oh, damn right, I'll be in here every fucking
you
day.
Will ring in again.
Bro, we're gonna be drinking buddies now, man. You're stuck with me.
I'm empty. Shit, hang on.
Cheers, boys.
I'm sorting this out. It's upside down. It's not the point, right? Yes. No, you will ring in again because.
Damn right I will.
You poor bastard.
I need to. All right, I'll add you on the fucking thingy so I know when you're on.
Egypt stream. Yes. It's a fucking Egypt. I ring when I'm fucked.
Oh, ring you. Oh, dude, when I get real fucked, that's when it's gonna be fun. Right. I just added you, but you probably have a billion messages, so I don't know.
No, I don't. Nobody cares. Right.
I say hi. Right, it just says hi. That's me on Discord.
I'm gonna feel I'm fucking stalked now, and I. Right.
Now you see the Irish and the English are fucking teaming up together to take you out.
I'm telling you now, mate. Right.
That's it.
You know the north and the south that I was talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the guy that's speaking. Hello, Mr. Phone Call. Yeah, I looked at it and I went, I can't touch my phone now because I got Mr. Phone Call. Let me tell you
yeah, you're fine, bro.
Let me tell you about the north and the south, right? I've met some really interesting people because of reasons, right? And all of them are on the same side now. That's fucking.
Well,
that's
all of us, yeah.
Yeah. Because, well, you know the Protestants, the Catholics, and all that. Like you're all on the same.
You know what the thing is, dude? We always were, in a way.
But you will unite Ireland through this, nothing else.
Yeah. We were like,
I don't want to unite Ireland, right? Don't get me wrong, right?
Well, I do, right? But
like, I know you do, which is why we've got to agree or disagree because I'm wrong and you're right, right?
No, fuck you. Hey, no. I'm right and you're left. Wait, actually, that doesn't really work. Since the Irish
I'm looking for the cunt. I haven't found it yet. Right. I love the Protestants, right? However, Mum was Catholic, right? So we see where we are here now, don't we? Right. And my
she was the best mother ever, though.
My nan, which was Mum's mum, came over and taught Catholicism in where my granddad found her, basically in the West, right? And she was a woman of the church and stuff. Anyway, so interesting. But they always said to me, they said, you'll find your own ground, because Dad was a prod.
That should be always the way it should be.
Mum was a Catholic, right? And you know, they used to sit there in the 70s and the TV, you know, tiny little 14-inch TV. Remember them days?
Yeah.
You might not. Right, but anyway,
black and white, the black and white.
I remember.
Not far off the black and white. Do you remember the tune it with a ball and get the aerial right like that, right?
Oh yeah, I remember doing that as well.
Fuck me, you're older than I thought, right? Anyway, right? So anyway, I've gone to bed not knowing fuck all about the world, right? Mum and Dad are watching this fucking Northern Ireland conflict shit and going, I don't get it. Because both loved each other, right?
Dude.
They loved each other. They were like, I don't get it. I do, but they didn't. But anyway.
Dude, you know, I work at the university and I teach English and history, and even I don't get it. Even I don't get it.
I have to say,
we're not meant to get it. That's the whole point. We're not meant to get it. It's so convoluted and complicated.
Here's the thing, right? I love my country. I love England. I love the fact that we made it all the way around the world, and I'd like to think we made it better. But
so why is it wrong to be patriotic?
Well, you know what?
Nothing wrong to be patriotic. But when I look at
I know that, but that's being fed out to the people, isn't it?
When I look at Ireland, I want to keep the top half, right? I want to keep the top half.
Simon, I want you to come back so that you can colonize us, so you can fix the fucking roads, because the roads are all fucked up. We need to get them fixed.
Right, listen, I want you to delete this stream after this, right?
You're telling us we should delete the stream?
Yes, I'm telling you.
No, I want to. I want to.
No. This is not about your roads. Anyway, you're right.
So, Simon, I've got a question for you, Simon.
Yes, love.
Yep. Right. Okay. How far do you think the deep state is ahead of us?
250
Are we talking decades? Are we talking
250 years?
Damn.
So the education system, the religious system, the political system, we're so far behind as Joe blogs.
No, that's not as far behind as the system you're talking about is. They will implement things, try it, and see how it goes.
And with the massive social media and input,
which is not a 250-year plan. What that thing is a latent input.
The thing is, they can measure the public response instantly. They've never had that in their lifetime before.
Do you know what the worst is? It's not the response; it's the lack of response.
Yeah, that as well. Yeah, exactly.
Stop chewing. I'm watching you. Yes, you and your act. Gone. Dirty boy. Anyway, look, no, it's not the response, it's the lack of response.
Exactly. And that's what I'm saying, that they're so far ahead of us in all the the internet and social media.
Who do you think
given them a massive tool?
Before the Roman Empire and after the Roman Empire, who was still leading the thing?
Leading the, what do you mean? How do you mean?
Who was the most richest people in the world?
Politicians.
Are we talking about a particular small hat group of people?
Little bit, but
or a tribal.
Hey, did they have big noses? Were they good at snorting cocaine?
Goldsmiths.
Steins and Steins.
Steins and Smiths.
Go on, melt that shoe.
A couple of Shylocks. Did you want the pound of flesh?
the funny thing is, Simon, as much as I like to consider myself to be a reasonable, rational individual who doesn't dabble in such nonsense as conspiracy theories, there is a documentary called...
Hang on, stop. Got to stop you there, right? Today, what was that? Candice Owens said, if you're not a conspiracy theorist, you're stupid.
Yeah, I mean, okay. I'm not saying I'm a conspiracy theorist or anything like that. I'm just saying there is a documentary that I saw in the 90s on VHS. None of this malarkey with your internets and your YouTubes. This was a VHS tape called The Money Masters. You can find that documentary now on your fangledy new YouTube videos, and I recommend for you all to watch it, because do you know that this whole thing about money changers? Now, I'm not saying who they are, what creed or background, but just there's a group of money changers that even Jesus had problems with.
Did he not turn tables?
Yes. Certain people were taking advantage.
Well, you know what? You hit the nail. You hit the nail.
Fucking right, young man.
On the cross.
I tell you what, I want to go out on the piss with him. I like him.
You hit the nail on the cross, you know.
Tell me that bloke is not going to be good at singing. I'll tell you now, that man can sing.
Oh yeah, I guarantee you.
Who? This
guy?
Yourself. Yes.
Hey, I can't fucking sing.
Fuck off.
I mean, I can sing if we're all drunk. Then I think
drink singing. Exactly.
Good enough. Excellent. Hey, in the comments, who wants to imagine? No, I don't want to say here. Who wants to imagine that man singing? Imagine him singing a power ballad.
Wait. What if I did the British?
No, we're not going to get you in. We are not going to get you in a singing anything. We're not going to stitch you up. I'm not like that, right? What I want these people to do is imagine you doing a power ballad. Look, they're there.
A power ballad. Sing. I Need a Hero.
No.
Can I sing "Go On Home, British Soldiers"?
Betty Blue.
Simon, I'm gonna let you go. I'm busting for a piss now, so I've got to go. I'll leave it to It's been great talking to you, and I hope
hey, tell that fella I said goodbye.
Conversation.
Excellent, my lovely.
Cheers, sir.
You steady, all right?
Cheers, mate. See you soon.
Cheers to you.
That must be the longest phone call I've ever had.
I mean, you did leave for a while.
Even your missus getting mad at you, so that's a fucking.
I don't have a missus. I was lucky enough to be fucking.
There you go. You came in with a buff.
That's why you're happy.
There hasn't been anybody interrupt me so far. Must be single.
Yeah, nobody knows.
Lad, right. Listen, I'm not going to take this call. You're going to take this call.
All right, let's do it. All right, hello.
Good evening, gents. You okay?
Yeah, all the better for hearing your beautiful voice, my darling dearest. How are you doing?
Yeah, good.
I don't think you're doing that good, man. I think there's something gravelly in your voice. By the way, if he comes out with cancer, okay, that I didn't mean it. Are you okay?
Yeah. Sorry, what's your name? The yourself that I'm speaking to.
My name is Alfie. What about you, my friend?
Alfie. Okay, Alfie. With all this stuff that's going on, basically this invasion that's going on, well, basically all over the world.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, don't you think that with this invasion that's happening, and I'm sure it's happening in Northern Ireland as well, it's got to be
Northern Ireland. I don't give a damn about them.
Sorry, what was that?
No, sorry. No, I just don't give a damn about Northern Ireland. But sorry, continue. I'm in the Republic.
Damn about Northern Ireland.
Well, I'm in the Republic. Northern Ireland don't give a damn about. Dude, Northern Ireland used to be like, oh, we want to be British. Oh, we want to be Irish. And now the British don't want them, and the Irish don't want them. Nobody wants them. It's
guys.
Yeah, I think looking at a bigger picture with the invasion of this stuff that's going on, at some point the North and the South would have to come together.
Well,
to try
no,
and,
I hope not.
sort this out, because it is. I think it's an invasion.
The North is the uncle that molested your little sister. That's what it is. Nobody wants nothing to do with him. Nobody wants to talk to him. Like, fuck off.
Right, before we go any further, can we say hi, Alan? Everybody say hi.
Hello. Hi, Alan.
Yeah, Alan. We'll watch him. Now, listen, Mr. Corlin, what you didn't expect to get, you expected me, but what you got was some Fenian, right? Am I right? Hand up, Fenian.
He's just a young Irish lad, isn't he? You know what I mean?
I thought Irish, young Irish, good honest Irish lads were Fenian. Oh,
well, I'm a Fenian, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not interested in whether he's Catholic or Protestant.
So you're not interested if he's Catholic or Protestant?
Yeah, I don't care about that.
This is quite sweet. Yes. Go on.
This might be where.
What I'm saying is, with the invasion that's going on, and it's basically all over the world. He's going to be
Islamic anyway.
Like, it's that must bring the North and the South together at some point. Well, maybe not. Maybe it's just Spain is fucked, Portugal is fucked, Greece is fucked, Italy's fucked.
Right, calm, young man, calm.
I see where he's coming from, but the North and the South will never be, dude. The fucking Republic and the English will become friends before the fucking North.
Do you think? Right, I think this, but I think that Ireland will become one, right?
Eventually, but guess what? There'll be no Irish in it.
It'll become the Islamic Caliphate of Ireland.
Your opinion here, right? It'll happen just as it's starting to slip, but all of a sudden. It'll happen the same in France, Germany, Spain, England, everywhere else. We'll all be teetering on the edge of losing our history, and all of a sudden it will come really grassroots. That's the best way I can say.
Okay. It will turn ugly. Maybe I don't know enough about history.
I'd sooner give
Ireland stuff like this.
I'd sooner give Ireland back to Ireland if they would make sure it stayed white,
stayed Irish.
Yeah. I think I don't know enough about history. And listen, Simon, come here. I just want to say one thing. This where it goes back to the situation of I like to. Simon, why I like to watch your videos and listen to you, mate, is because you have got a lot more knowledge than what I have about a lot of the shit that goes on. You've got a good attitude, and you've got like a lot of knowledge and shit. And you do say, Simon, let me speak, mate.
Listen. You see the Islamists with the Peaky Blinders? That's a cockney, all right? I don't fuck all.
Oh, is this the Islamist you were talking about before?
Simon. You always come out with things that I wouldn't necessarily think of. So listen, it is all fucking mental, and it's all fucking going to get a lot worse, and it's all going to kick off. I think at some point it's going to be fucking them and us. I mean, I was sat there today at one point.
You see that man with the fucking tricolour flag?
Yeah.
Right? We've networked. We get on, and he doesn't want them any more than you want them.
Yeah.
By
the way, this guy that's on the call, he needs to be beaten up a few times, because I can tell that
beautiful words.
He's got he's like a little flower, but he needs to blossom. And don't know
who's this? Who's it?
You know when you're a kid and you got the right ideas, but you don't have the balls to do it, so you fucking smash.
I think he's talking about a politician.
Right.
Yeah. I do not advocate violence. Just
it's all what an amazing
time, man. Get it out and fight, Trump, fight.
Trump.
Yeah, amazing time to be alive. So listen, that's it's going to shit everywhere, really, isn't it? So anyway, Simon, don't don't put yourself down, mate, because and I'm not trying to piss you fucking off here, mate. But at the end of the day,
hey, Simon,
you know, this is why I like listening to you, is because you know, you do have you do have a lot more knowledge than I have. Anyway, I'm going to fuck off now. Have a nice night and take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.
Take care, mate. Thank you for calling. Simon, I wanted to quickly ask you before the next call comes in. Now, I know that you're saying, you know, things are right now, you know, for you to come down on the 27th. Either
you like, love.
Sorry?
What's that being to me?
Well, get to the point and ask what you want.
Yeah. Financially, I think we can address that. I think you've got enough fans to be able to address that. I just don't think.
Fans is a cringe word. Don't say fans. That's a cringe.
Okay, you
word.
got enough supporters. Do
you really think they want me to go there? I mean, what's the point?
I think it'll be good.
But
no, dude, I think you're a strong voice in this movement.
Fucking drinking shit.
Well, that as well. But what I mean is, I think you're a very, you know, likable individual. You're a very relatable individual. I think some people find like people like Carl Benjamin a little bit up their own arse occasionally.
He doesn't know what I've done, does he?
Who?
Our little Irish friend here.
I don't know.
No,
I don't know. I don't think he does.
When you was in your main channel, most
yeah.
Stuff I probably won't know. I've seen you like going in your fucking trucker and shit.
I've done some bad stuff. All right.
All right, well, have you done?
Hello.
Hello.
How are you doing? Now, right, I've got to ask you from the off, right?
Yeah.
Should I go and speak on stage or not?
I think you should, Simon. I think you should. I think you should face your fears and speak on stage.
I think you should go on stage, and I think there should be no Secret Service around or on the force.
No, I'll blow my own head off before they do. But go on. Yeah. Hang on a second. Right. So, sir, on the phone. It's been a little while, hasn't it, love?
Oh yeah. I was chairing the caller who was on for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
He said very much what I would have said if I'd have got through before him.
So can you reiterate what he was going to say?
He said a lot of it. I agree that we need to go to the rally on Saturday. It won't do a lot, but it will do a little, and we'll feel better that we, you know, see people who think in the same as us, just as we did at the one in June. I was at the one in June. And met people from Scotland and all over. I even met some people from Ireland who had travelled over from Ireland, from Southern Ireland.
My biggest problem is I go there on my own, and now I can look after the front of me, but I can't see behind me. If
I see you, Simon, I'll try and look after the back of you, but I just have to tell you someone's coming. Quickly turn around, because you'll probably be able to sort them out better than I can.
Everybody here wants me to go to London, don't they? If you want me to go to London, put one in the comments, please.
Oh God, I would never want to go to London. Fuck that.
I wouldn't want to subject you to what is London today, but I still want you to come down.
I would love to go to a very British city. And
I'll drag you there. We get drunk, my love. It will be fine.
Exactly, and interact with British people, and we'll have like a bit of banter and be like, "Oh, fuck you, bastard!"
I'd never been, but I'd love to.
In London, there are no British people in London. That's
the problem. That is the problem. But I would one day want to go to Dublin. I've never been to Ireland.
Lovely.
I'll meet up with you in Dublin, no problem, bro. Even though I don't know you, I'm that guy.
I mean, all what's happened in the past, the history was upset your friend when he hears about the North. I can understand where he's coming from and that, but. We've got a bigger enemy now in how Islam is infecting all the countries. That's what the last caller was trying to say and getting emotional about when he's on about Portugal, Spain, and all the rest of it. the biggest threat to us all is Islam. We may have differences about how we.
You know what it is, though, bro. Or I have to.
Yeah. No, carry on.
The biggest threat is the fucking Jews, but they're using the Islam. It's like when you got a little coward with a big fucking dog, and the dog's like attacking somebody. And it's like,
I have a lot of.
Is it the dog or is it the person that owns the dog?
I have a lot of sympathy with what you're saying about the Jews, because in a way, when Islam was, in 1948, when the Jews were given the biggest part of Palestine, that was the first thing that the United Nations done. And it was supposed to be that the United Nations was sorting out the world. Well, they caused the biggest problem, which has been going on for over 75 years, and looks like there's no way it's ever going to stop. But we do have a problem in England, and I think you've got the same in Ireland, that Islam is taking over our cities. We look at what happened.
You know what the worst part is, though, bro, right? You guys, right? You got like the Indians and the Pakis, right? Which, like, at least those people fucking work. Over here, we get the African.
This stream is never going to get monetized.
I made sure it wasn't monetized from the off.
Yeah.
That's why
crack on my little Dublin love.
Well, listen.
Okay. So we have the Indians and the other guys.
The Indian and the Pakistanis, right? They at least they.
No, it's pronounced.
By the way, I don't like them working there because they have their own fucking stores and they take over. Like, I've seen videos where people go down London and all you see is like squiggly lines everywhere, squiggly. And by the way, when people say that I hate Muslims, my ex-girlfriend is a Muslim, and I made sure that I grabbed her by the hijab and up. While I was
now, I have to ask, right? You know, when you're making love to a lovely Islamic woman, can any of that headgear be taken in as part of the process? You know, when you're in the mood and stuff.
Well, what I did was I would put it around her neck, right, and I'd be like, oh, fuck. But I'm like it's imagine you're right. Have you ever rode a horse before where you get the
I used to ride horses and drive horses and cars.
Me too.
Get the rein.
It's the exact same, right?
Pull the reins
and you go like that.
Oh, dude.
And you know the thing is, then they go back to fucking Afghanistan or Saudi Arabia, and then they say, I'm such a sweet, nice person. I just went to Ireland for university.
Butter wouldn't melt in my mouth.
That's right. You rinsed out all these fucking new to the reservation and sent them home.
Dude, the funny thing is, I'm not even fucking joking. When I went to University College Dublin, UCD, in Dublin, these fucking Muslims.
There's 800 people watching your statement here now.
Oh, yeah, it doesn't matter. It's fine. Dude, I used to stream to fucking thousands before I got banned. This girl, multiple girls, would be like fucking all over me, no problem, whatever. Then they go home, and then they're like, oh, I'm a virgin. I got a fucking marriage a Muslim or whatever. Dude, I used to stream back in the... Dude, did you ever hear of a website called Blog TV?
Nope.
Blog TV was around before Twitch. Before Twitch was Justin TV. That's where I started. And I used to get between 10 to 350 viewers. But that's back in 2007.
Did you say 10 to 350 viewers?
That's how it was, yeah.
Are we talking thousands or not thousands?
No, literally 10 or 350 viewers.
In here, right?
But it would freeze.
But listen, this is my second-hand channel, which has 13,000 views on it or subscribers.
Yeah.
My other one with 112,000 used to get 2,000 views straight away. Anyway,
Yeah.
What I'm going to do is go over to Discord now. Do you fancy that?
Yeah, man.
We all go on there.
Right.
But so by the way, I know that's the main channel I know. But I'm talking about back in 2007, before Andy this year.
Oh wow!
The only reason I'm saying this is because I'm going to fall over pissed up, right? So I'm going to end this stream, right? Now I'm going to throw a link. Oh my god!
It'll be easier to add us both as well then, so I know when to come on.
Hey, periwinkle blue, love you. All right, this will get you on tonight, and we'll be talking to you soon. See that fucker there? Anyway, we are going to finish the stream. Only because one of us is pissed.
Well, I'm fucking drinking as well, bro.